Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Knox Black, chilling with the top back, and I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Black's Magic Arena. Now, if you've been here with us from the start, then you already know that our format is called the Black Magic Gauntlet. But if you're new around here, I'd like to take this opportunity to explain the format one more time. So, essentially, every week we're going to be taking 5 decks, and we're going to play those decks. Every deck is going to have its day. They're all going to play the same amount of games, and we have a scoring system that we use in order to determine how many points a deck has at the end of the week. The top performing deck goes on to be our king of the week, and that deck we'll be using on our streams on Twitch on Sundays in order to see how far we can move up the ladder with it. The bottom 2 decks will be eliminated and replaced the following week in the gauntlet. And also, if a deck reaches 3rd place twice, it will immediately be eliminated and replaced with another new deck. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the deck that we have today, because we have Izzet Lessons, another bona fide meta deck. Now, last week we played a meta deck and things did not quite go so well. It got eliminated immediately. The mere mid-range was not doing the things. But this time we've got a deck list that I think actually has the potential to be a true contender within the gauntlet. So let's go ahead and get into what the deck is trying to do. And actually for this one, I'm going to start with the engine of the deck so you kind of understand what all of these cards do with this engine. So first up, we've got 4 copies of Artist Talent. Now this is a class that you play for 2 mana and sticks on the battlefield. And this simply says that whenever we cast a non-creature spell, which is most of the deck, we can discard a card, and if we do, we can draw a card. So of course, this is going to be one of those main things that helps us draw cards. You know I love to draw cards, so this is going to be one of my absolute favorite decks because it draws a lot of cards, right? And then for 3, let me go back to the card, I always do this. For 3 mana, we can flip this to level 2, and now all of the non-creature spells that we do play are going to cost 1 less to cast. So this is absolutely going to help us to be able to combo and play multiple spells in a turn and just kind of keep churning our way through the deck. And then for an additional 3 mana, which we'll never really use the level 3 ability, well, let me not say never. We'll rarely use the level 3 ability or care about it much, but it says if a source you control would deal non-combat damage to an opponent or a permanent that an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 2 instead. So basically, it can take something like a firebending lesson and make it 4 damage instead of 2, or 7 damage instead of 5, right? So that's what's going to be one of the main cards in the engine. But what makes this so effective and what allows it to really end games is its relationship with this card right here, the Monument to Endurance. So this card is a 3 mana artifact that also sticks on the board, and whenever we discard a card, which if you remember, that's the first effect that the Artist Talent gives us, right? So this one says, whenever we discard a card, we can choose one of the 3 effects that hasn't been chosen. We can either draw a card, we can create a treasure token, or each of our opponents loses 3 life. Now, this is going to be the main finisher of the deck, because what we're trying to do is get to the point where we can stick maybe a couple of these on the battlefield, or even just 1, and we have enough spells and things of that nature in our hand to be able to go ahead and trigger this multiple times each turn and get all of the effects of it and just kind of drain our opponent out. So I wanted to show you guys these 2 cards first, because with this in mind, it's kind of going to inform the rest of the decisions that the deck is making, right? So now let's go back up to the top. First up, we've got Boomerang Basics. This is a sorcery, 1 mana, and all it does is allows us to return a target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. It can be our permanent or it can be our opponent's, but if it's a permanent that we control, we draw a card. This is just something that helps us get some early tempo. If something is problematic and needs to get off the battlefield, we can use it for that. Or if we have a card that we want to replay, we can also use it that way and also gain some extra value by drawing cards. Next up, we've got 4 copies of Grand Grand. Grand Grand is a 1 mana legendary creature who's a 1/2, and it says whenever Grand Grand becomes tapped, you draw a card and then discard a card. So this is going to work extremely well with the Monument to Endurance, right? And non-creature spells that we cast are going to cost 1 less to cast. So this is also giving us much more cost reduction in these decks that we're trying to do and do these effects, right? So next up, we've got 3 copies of Opt. Opt simply says that we scry 1, which lets us look at the top card of our library. We can either put it on the bottom of the deck or we can keep it on top and then draw a card. Obviously, this is just something early to help us get into our plays and kind of fix our hands if things are not looking the way that we want them to look. Next up, we've got 4 copies of the Storm Chaser's Talent. Now, this is another class and one of the most powerful cards in Standard right now. This card simply is a class that sticks on the battlefield for 1 mana, and whenever it enters, we create a 1/1 blue and red otter creature token that has Prowess. And for 4 mana, we can flip this to level 2, and this is where the secret sauce of this card comes in. For 4 mana, when this class becomes level 2, we can return a target instant or sorcery card from our graveyard to our hand. So it allows us to get things like the Boomerang Basics back, the Opt, Firebending Lesson, any of these cards to allow us to continue making our plays. And then the third effect, which again, not something that we'll probably be going for very often, but it does allow us to create a 1/1 blue otter token whenever we cast an instant or sorcery spell for 6 mana. All right, next up, we've got 3 copies of the Firebending Lesson. This is early removal for some of those pesky creatures like Badger Moles, like Optimistic Scavengers. Just for 1 mana, it allows us to deal 2 damage. And if we kick it for 5 mana, play it for 5, we can deal 5 damage to any creature that we want to. Next up, we've got 4 copies of Accumulate Wisdom. And I'll be honest with you, this is one of the first cards that I genuinely feel like I could see being banned from this avatar set, right? Because this card is just absolutely broken, man. Like, not only does it get the cost reduction from Grand and the Artist Talent, but if we can put 3 lessons into the battlefield, this is going to be a 1 mana draw 3. So as it stands, it's a 2 mana spell that allows us to look at the top 3 cards of our library and put one of those cards into the hand. But if we have 3 lessons in the graveyard, we can get all 3 of those. So you combine this with Grand's cost reduction or Artist Talent's cost reduction, and you're basically getting a 1 mana draw 3. So this is really going to help us to make those explosive plays to finish off games late when that Monument to Endurance is on the field. Next up, we've got 4 copies of It'll Quench You, which is just a basic counter spell that we can play early in games to disrupt our opponent's game plan. It counters their spell unless they pay 2 additional mana in order to stop it. The later it gets in games, the more clunky this card can become. It can still do some work, but you really want to see this early to kind of disrupt your opponent's game plans, right? So we've already seen the talent. Next up, we've got 2 copies of Combustion Technique, which is a 2 mana spell that allows us to deal damage equal to 2 plus the number of lessons cards in the graveyard to any target creature. If that creature would die, we exile it instead, right? So if there are 5 lessons in the graveyard, this is a 2 mana 7 damage spell to any creature on the field. And this can really help us push damage late if the opponent plays a big creature that's kind of in the way and stopping us from getting off those last lethal attacks. This is going to be one of those things that we want to use that for, right? Next up, we've got 3 copies of Iroh's Demonstration, which is a sorcery for 2. And it has, you can choose one of 2 effects. It can either deal 1 damage to each creature that your opponent controls, or it can deal 4 damage to a target creature. This is just another one of those cards that's here to help keep us alive, help us keep boards clean and clear, and allow us to really push forward the game plan that we're trying to go for today, which is just place monuments, get the Artist Talent on the field, and just spell our opponents to death, essentially. All right? So for the lands, we've got 1 copy of the Agnikala, which of course is just here to give us some extra card draw if we require it. 6 basic islands is here, and then we've also got 1 copy of the Fire Nation Palace, which also allows us to give any creature Firebending 4, which Firebending just says that whenever the creature attacks, we can add the number. So in this case, it's Firebending 4. We can add 4 mana to whenever the creature is attacking. This is really good to help us with getting into some of our extra plays. Firebending lessons can trigger Artist Talent, can trigger, you know, Monument to Endurance, all sorts of things. So we've got 2 basic mountains, and we've got 3 copies of the River Pyre Verge, which is just some untapped lands that can be both colors as long as we have basics on the field. Spire Bluff Canals is for us to get those early untapped lands. 3 copies of Fable Passage just to fetch our basics, and of course 3 Multiversal Passages, which can be untapped lands for us. So we're gonna go ahead and get into some games and see if Izzet Lessons is able to stand up to the gauntlet, because I'm not gonna lie, it's got a lot of tough competition this week. So I will see you guys There. Okay, so we got an honest to goodness bona fide meta deck today. We're actually going to be playing some Izzet lessons for you guys. So wanted to see if this deck could stand up to the gauntlet. We've had a lot of great performers this week, and let's see if this one can be one of them. So we're going second. We've got a lot of early interaction. We do things. Yeah, okay. So I think we're going to go ahead and keep this. But yeah, let's see what we can get into, what kind of shenanigans we can pull off with this deck today. This video is coming out the day after Christmas. I really hope that everybody had a good holiday season and was able to spend some good time with your family and have some good food. But our opponent is really slow. All that to play a badger mode. I get it. Just gonna kill it. Just gonna kill it. That's all. Just gonna kill it. Alright, so we got that land. You know what would really set them back? If I return that land to their hand. But then that also... Oh, it has to be non-land. Okay, so can't do that. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're just going to set up a counter spell. See what you got. They might try to play another, no, okay, Druid of the Count. To be honest, I don't care about that. Probably maybe should have countered it. Maybe should have countered it, but we can kill some of these things. And as well as bounce others. And so actually, let's go ahead and do that. Let's take them off of their tempo. Or, hold on. Do I return you since he's the more expensive play? Force him to play it for 2 again. And then, yeah, I like that better. So let's return you. And let's get rid of both of you. Force him to play it again. We're really going to need to start drawing some spells that draw us cards soon. Not going to be able to stop this stuff forever. But it does seem like our opponent is on some big mana things right now. I'd really like to see some cards besides lands. Please. Please and thank you. Ah. It's a good chance we should have held up a counter for that, but this does get rid of it next turn, and I can hold up a counter spell this turn. Okay, I'm down. I am down. Not countering that because I can. He's gonna have the mana for it regardless. That's a smart play. That's a smart play to do that. Okay. Now also I have to ask myself, do they have a snakeskin veil to protect that king? Because if they do, then me playing this firebending lesson to kill it is going to be a blowout. They can do 6 next turn. Does this have any way to grow? Enters up to 1 other target creature, loses all abilities and becomes a green lizard. So it's only when it enters. Okay. But he could play Ouroboroi, grow everything next turn, and then I'm in real trouble. I gotta go for it. Unfortunately. But he probably has the snakeskin veil. Or something like it, yeah. Royal treatment. Yeah. So that's probably just gonna be a blowout, unfortunately. Unfortunately. They played this one really well though, I must say. And I got nothing but kill spells and land. I never drew any of my engine, so you're never gonna win games when you don't draw the engine. Yeah, that's gonna do it. All right, well, on to the next one. That's unfortunate, but I still believe the deck is good, obviously. You just have to see the cards that are actually in the deck, so we move on to the next one. All right, so I feel like the deck just had to get that one out of the system, right? Like, surely we are never gonna see a hand like that for at least the rest of today. So Opponent goes first again, which is great. Love that. But we do have Storm Chaser's talent into a counter spell. And I do like that. I do like that. I do. But I don't like that we're going second. I don't like that. So. Optimistic Scavenger. Okay. There we go. Some card draw. Thank you. I genuinely appreciate. What are we doing with this scavenger? Some skeleton, a shelter by ghosts, I see. Taking the talent. That's fine. That's fine. No blocks. Okay. Let's go ahead and play that out. And we hold. Okay. That's what we're going to counter. Attack if you want to. Attack if you want to. I don't think so, no. No, I didn't think so. Okay, so we play this land. Okay, we pass. I'm gonna play this out to draw a card, and then hold another counter spell in case they try to play something major. Seems major enough to me. Not quite sure what it does, but seems major enough to me. Get all of that mana out of there. I also, for some reason, thought that was a 3-cost card. So that's good. Both of them going there, of course. Attack. Won't be able to kill it, unfortunately. Don't need that. I would really like to see my, and then I get one anyway. It's great. I'll take it again. And wow. Really not seeing this engine, are we? I'll tell you what, boy, these meta decks, they don't seem to like performing on the gauntlet, do they? I'll tell you about these meta decks now. Yeah, we're gonna have to try to draw a card and hope it's a good one. Because once again, we are in trouble, people. Once again. That Shelter by Ghost was a huge swing. Okay. You gonna take the other one? Sure. Maybe I should wait for the attack. I might just have to take 7. I guess that'll do. That'll do something. Kill that. Please, thank you. Okay. And now I am going to, let's see. Play it for blue. It enters tapped. Yeah. It got me in a bit of a bind, but I think I gotta kill that, right? I think I just gotta kill that. And this accomplishes that. Okay. Get it out of here. Give it back. Okay. Alright. Are we showing some fight? Are we actually showing a little bit of fight? Forsaken Miner. Another one of those. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. I will block. And now this Iros is really good. It kills both of those things, and then that Firebending lesson gets that Forsaken Miner out of here. We might be on the warpath, y'all. We might just be on the warpath, y'all. So let's go ahead and make sure we choose the right option. Kill all of that. Yank it, yank it, yank it. Go ahead and murk him too. And that's a Soulstone Sanctuary. How much does that need? 4. So if he gets another land, he can attack with it. But just tap. Yeah, that's fine. Put a plus on target. It won't be a creature yet because he won't have the land. So I can take that. Let's go ahead and start attacking him, I guess. I don't think he plays any would have any haste. So next turn we can get something back. It's probably gonna be Accumulate, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to get Accumulate back to get some more cards. Another Forsaken Miner, beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and do this. Give me back that Accumulate Wisdom. I'll take that. And I'll actually take 2 here. I know it seems a little sketch, but I want to get Grand out there. No attacks. And that's exactly why no attacks. Okay, okay. The skeletons. We'll do that. So what do we get back now? I don't want to kill this because I don't want to give him the ability to... But at the same time, that thing has menace. So I do need to make more blockers. So then let's do this. The one that we've already leveled. Yep, let's get that back. There we go. There's a monument. Let's go ahead and play that out. How much mana do we have left? 4. I say we hold up a counter spell and block. And if they try to attack, I really don't want to kill this skeleton. I don't want to give them the ability to go get whatever they want. I really don't. What do we got? Okay. Okay. Nothing I can do about that, right? Yep. Nothing I can do about that. And it comes back. Okay. Yep. But it has, yep, no haste. Okay. Okay, so what can I get back? One thing is not gonna do it. So the only real chance I have is to get back the Accumulate again. never accumulate. Or is it the boomerang? How much money do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. To bounce it back, make a blocker. It's just 1. Those 2 attacks still kill me. It might not be anything I can do. Unless I can find a way to get 2. Okay. Okay. So we've got blocker here. I'm 1 blue mana short. Dang. Okay. But I can get rid of something of theirs. I can get rid of something of theirs. Okay, this is the only chance I have. And I have to find some kill spells like now. We really needed that artist talent. We really needed that artist talent, and we just didn't get it. And it's 4 of them in the deck. That's the crazy part. Sephiroth. That's terrible. If he kills the right creature, this is game. I don't think that was the right one, but it might not matter. Yeah, if he would have killed that Forsaken Miner, that would have been game. He gave us 1 more chance. Nope, because if we kill him, oh no, it says whenever another creature dies, so killing him wouldn't trigger it, but I don't think we would be able to kill 2 things. I just don't see a world in which we have enough mana to kill 2 things, or even enough cards to kill 2 things. We got 1 life. Didn't really work out for us, did it? Did not really work out for us, did it? I mean, we genuinely just... that's a blocker, but... If it dies, yeah, it doesn't matter. If it dies, that's just it. Yep. Oh well. We tried in this one, but just wasn't enough. I 2 games and we still have not seen 1 artist talent, which there's 4 of them in the deck. So, and we drawn a lot of cards this game, so I can't even blame it on us not seeing any of our draw spells. Like that artist talent is just hiding within the deck right now. Well, so far 0-2. Meta decks just do not like the Magic Gauntlet I see. All right, let's get it. So this deck is fighting off elimination already, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy work. All right, but we go first finally. That last game also probably would have been a little different if we go first. The hand is clunky. It does have the cards that we need, but it is very clunky. We need to get some blue. Not having an untapped blue here is it might prove to hurt us, but we'll see. We will see. Next turn we can play Grand, and Storm Chaser's talent, or we can play Storm Chaser's talent and hold up Opt, and then maybe turn 3 we play Grand into Monument. I think I like that. So let's go ahead and play this out. Get 2 blue. Play the Storm Chasers. We'll play Opt on their turn, draw a card. Turn 3 we got Grand into Monument. Now this game, I mean, we really have got to find that artist talent. The fact that we have not seen it one time in 2 games is a little concerning to me, if I can be quite honest. A little concerning to me. I also don't know that I can really throw away this card. We need to start getting lessons into the graveyard, right? And there's another one, okay. If I knew that. So play Grand. Oh, Grand only works. Oh, that's right. The lessons have to be in the graveyard. Silly me. That's an instant, so what's the War 2 over here? We're gonna go ahead and accumulate some wisdom. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna accumulate some wisdom. Okay. And we may need to boomerang basics our Storm Chaser's talent back to ourselves. Shelter by Ghosts. Okay. Go ahead and do that. We do need that 4th land. We need it to be untapped. I genuinely do not love that. So what are we taking? What are you taking? What are you taking? Okay. Storm Chaser's talent like I expected. Now with that open white mana, that's also making me feel like maybe they have the protection spell, the Shard Mage's Rescue. And so a part of me is like, we're not discarding cards yet. Well, actually we can be. Yeah, so let's do it like this. Because we need to draw cards for sure. We need to draw cards. Do we need more Grand? Draw a card. Firebending lesson is solid. Not gonna help us right now though. And so because of that, I think I'm gonna just play the Storm Chasers. Yeah, all of this, the way all of this stick is happening right now definitely makes me feel like it's the Shard Mage's Rescue. So next turn, we got the Firebending lesson, hopefully. We can also try to hit it with the Boomerang Basics. Or I can Basics back the Storm Chaser's talent and play it again. Spellbook Vendor. Okay. So pretty much I think that needs to go. Right? Still holding up that protect. It's gotta be a Shard Mage's Rescue. It just absolutely has to be. But we can get quite a bit of power going on this turn. I don't hate that. He's gonna make me pay the 2 first. If I try to target it now, he's gonna make me try to pay the 2 first before he hits it. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm a firebending lesson. Spellbook vendor, so Grand can attack. He's not going to want to use the Shard Mage's Rescue on the vendor, because this thing is getting him life back, right? Or is he? Oh, we love that. Wait a minute, hold on. Actually, no. We boomerang basics him. Yes, that's fine. You can have him. But now, oh shoot. I completely forgot. I meant to hit the doggone. I meant to hit the Shelter by Ghost. I did that wrong. That's on me. That's on me. I did that so wrong. But now at least we've gotten that Shard Mages out of his hand. Yep, that might do it. Yeah, that was a bad mistake. I definitely should have went for the kill on the Spellbook vendors. Definitely should have just went for the kill on that. You live and you learn. Oh well. I definitely also could have went for that Shelter by Ghost. He would have played the next turn, but at least I would have gotten another Otter and potentially took all of that off of him. So that one sucks. That's on me though. Next game. So apparently I'm also just not very good with meta decks. Like I'm just better with the off-brand stuff apparently. This deck has no shot. This last game honestly is just because every deck has to play 4 games. This one has already been eliminated, so I'm going first and I don't like this hand. I will take, oh, would you look at that? The artist talent. The artist talent is finally here, and I think I'm putting back a land. Yep, I think I'm putting back a land. All right. Let's see. Can you at least show something that you are capable of something? Because this has been atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. So yeah, we're getting the talent because yeah, we're getting the talent on the field right now. Okay, nothing from the opponent. So I think we need to opt right now and try to get another land. They may try to kill this Otter or not. They're not playing any creatures, so I guess I can get rid of this stuff. Draw another boomerang, or draw a boomerang basics. Definitely need that blue land. I'll take that. And we're gonna go ahead and attack. I'm getting that out of here. Boomerang basics, I'll get rid of you. Give me another land. Okay. Let me get another spell. Or at least something, yeah, that I wouldn't mind discarding. So I think, okay. Yeah, wouldn't mind discarding another land. Getting rid of this mountain. What do we got? Okay, at least we're one card closer, and now we have the second ability of Storm Chaser's Talent online. Okay. Got grand. But I think what's going to happen here is I'm going to pay this 2 life. I'm going to level up this Storm Chaser's talent. I'm going to get back the Opt. And I'm going to play said Opt. Getting rid of grand. Drawing me another card. And now we got 2 monuments. I need to find another spell. Opt works. Another Opt does work. I will take it. See, now this is how the deck is supposed to be functioning. I don't know what was going on in them first 3 matchups, but this is how the deck was built to function. Whether we win or lose this one, this is all I wanted today, was just to have a little fun. Jeez. Discover 4 Quint. I haven't seen anybody play this card in a minute. Okay. Well, all right. They do have to go fast, though. Don't need the 3rd one. Treasure token. Draw a card. Don't need all this land. Really don't need all this land. Didn't need that 2nd counter spell either, but here we are. Got us a 3/2 token. They're attacking for 6. So this looks awful. This deck has looked absolutely awful. We're countering that at the very least. And doing this, we gotta start draining them. We gotta start draining them. Gotta start draining them. I have to find another instant. Can't be a sorcery. Gotta find another instant. Okay, that's a blocker. Still gotta find another instant. Please let me find the instant. Not those. My goodness. I got one in the graveyard, don't I? Yes, so the op should work. Wait a minute. Did I mess that up? I think I messed that up. The only thing left to do is to create a treasure token. And I have to do this. Right meow. Get rid of one of these. Make a treasure. Discard this artist talent. Okay. Okay. Let me put a stop. This is the only chance that I have. Yes, I hit resolve all. This has gotten quite precarious. Quite the predicament, if you ask me. Why is my resolve all just not working? Get rid of this land. It's gotta be to lose life, right? Visa. Okay. Get rid of Visa. Get rid of Grand. She's not helping right now. Draw cards. I wonder if I should have used that monument one more time early, because now we're out of mana. And now the game is starting to run incredibly slow. Start that card. Okay. And now I pass. There you go. Now you can start your turn. I have nothing else I can do. So, it's all about, can he damage me out? It's all about, can he damage me out? Can he destroy this token? Ah, let's go. Okay, well, a little bit of redemption. Deck is still going to be eliminated, but at least we proved that it actually is capable of winning some games. So that's going to be Izzet lessons. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this spreadsheet and see how things stack up for this week in the Black Magic Gauntlet. So see you there. All right, so taking a look at the final standings for the week. Final deck was Izzet lessons, and once again, the meta decks are just not performing very well in the Black Magic Gauntlet. I don't know if this is telling me that maybe I need to stop playing meta decks and just, you know, go with the more off-brand type of stuff that just seems to work, or what. But counter to my expectations, this deck actually did not do a lot whatsoever. And again, a lot of it was just down to the way it drew. We weren't able to see the artist talent, which, as you guys saw from that last game, is just very, very important to the engine of this thing, right? Like, it's not going to do anything without that. So it did go ahead and win one game, just the one game. Had 3 losses. It got no bonus points, and it had a 0.25 win rate for a total of -1 points. And so, of course, that means that this deck is also eliminated, but this also does have some other implications with it as well, because in case you guys weren't aware with the rules, if you finish in 3rd place 2 weeks in a row, you are eliminated from the gauntlet. And so, if we see back to the first week, Badger Mode Sacrifice was in 3rd place, and in this week, it is in third place again. So Badger Mole Sacrifice is also eliminated along with Dimir Artifacts. We have 3 eliminations this week. So let's go ahead and rank these things. Of course, in first place, and our king of the week, going on to stream on Twitch this Sunday in order to see how far we can get on the ladder with it, is Mono Black Revenants, man. And this deck, hey, what can I say? Shouts out to the king. That's what it does. They took the crown from Boros tokens, but Boros was not far behind. This thing is still absolutely tearing the ladder up for me right now. And actually got what I wanted with this deck, because now I can make improvements with it and see if we can make it even better in the gauntlet next week. So that was 2. Badger Mole, unfortunately, was ranked 3, and I know it's gonna say safe here, but we know that it's eliminated because it was 3rd 2 times in a row. And so Dimir Artifacts, I guess we'll just assign 4. Neither one of them distinguished themselves as being the absolute worst. It doesn't matter. They were both eliminated anyway. But outside of that, if you did stay this long into the video, I'd really appreciate it if I could get a like and a subscription from you. It really does help the channel. But outside of that, we've got a king and we've got a stream on Sunday. Mono Black Revenants is what we're going to be using to go up the ladder. I want to thank you guys once again for spending time here in Black's Magic Arena, and I will see you on Sunday. Peace.